Okay, guys, good morning. As you see today, we're going to work on area. We're going to look at area for these 5 shapes. We're going to look at area for square, rectangle, triangle, parallelogram, and the circle. Okay, so let's get started with the square. Square is pretty simple. Okay, so let me get all this out of here. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is a square. So the format for the square is just going to be a side square. So if this is 6, 6, 6, 6, what we're going to do for the formula is going to be a 6 times 6. So the area is going to be 36, and we'll say these are feet. So the area for the square would be 36 feet. So it's just a side squared. So it'd be S square. So all 4 sides are 6. So you just gotta pick 6 times 6 is going to equal 36. And that would be the formula for square is that square. Okay. The next one we're going to do is a rectangle. And the formula for a rectangle is going to be length times width. So the length we'll say is 8. We'll use feet again. And width we'll say 4. So it's just going to be 8 times 4. So it's length times width. So that would be 32. Okay. Next one I want to do is a triangle. And what the formula for the triangle is, it is 1/2 of the base times the height. So if we say the base is 9, and then what you'll see usually is a line going up, which will say the height. And we'll say the height is 7. So it'd be 1/2 9 times 7. So 9 times 7 is 63. And then you would just take half of 63, which would be in this case 36 and a half. Once again, we'll say this is feet. So the height of the triangle is from the bottom to the top, and you usually see could be right here too. Sometimes there'll be a line in there showing you the height, but on this one it would just be this side because it goes from the base to the top. So it's 1/2 base times height. Okay. Parallelogram is next. So for parallelogram, is base times height. What that would look like so we'll say the base is 7 and the height here is 4. So it's just the bottom times the height. So in this case, base times height would be 7 times 4, and that equals 28. Okay, so the parallelogram is base times height. And you have the base of the parallelogram times the height. Okay. And the last one I want to do is the circle. And circle is pi r, which is the radius. And pi, you guys, is 3.14. That's just unknown formula. So whenever you see this little squiggly line, it's like an R, but it has an extra thing. This thing right here, that's a symbol for pi. And that means 3.14. So let's do a circle here. Oops. Let me do that a little bit better. And the radius is going to be a line that goes halfway through the circle. So let's say this radius is 4. Okay. So we're going to do 3.14 times the radius squared. And what that means, you're just going to multiply the radius 4 times 4 is going to be 16. And then you would just do pi times 16. And let me see what that is real quick. Didn't have it done, I apologize. So 3.14 times 16 equals, it's going to be 50.24. Okay, so the radius is the line that goes halfway through the circle. In this case, it's 4. Okay, so what you're going to look for in a circle is the radius. And that's usually a line. It could be from anywhere. It doesn't have to, and I'll show you. It could be over here too. So you see it's about halfway through this circle. That's what the radius is. Let's go ahead and kind of review what we did here. And I'll go back up to the top. So the first one we had was a square. And the square, the formula is a side square. So it's just one of these sides. They're all 6 times each other. So it's going to be 6 times 6, s squared. And the rectangle is going to be length times width. Okay. And that's going to be 8 times 4. So rectangle, L times W. The triangle is 1/2 base. And base is kind of what the triangle sits on. The bottom line is usually the base. So in this case, the base was 7 feet. And the height was, excuse me, I said the base was 9 feet. And the height is 7 feet. So it's going to be 9 times 6, the base times the height, and you're going to take half of that. In this case, the 9 times 7 was 63, and you would take half of that, which is 36.5. Okay. The parallelogram, base times height, 7 times 4. The base was 7, the height is 4, so that's 28. So base times height. And then the circle, it's pi, which is 3.14 times the radius square. And how do you find the radius? The radius is usually that line that goes halfway through the circle. So in this case, it was a 4. And when you square 4, it's 4 times 4 gives you 16. Then you would multiply the 16 times the 3.14, and the area for this circle would be 50.24. So those are just some formulas for 5 different geometry figures that you're going to use. And what I will do, I'll go ahead and I'll post a worksheet for you guys to work on these. But the formulas are all here. So once again, the square, side, square. If you pick a side, multiply it times itself. So in this case, it was 6. The rectangle, it's the length times the width. Triangle is 1/2 base times height. Remember, the base is always what the triangle sits on, and the height is how tall it is. Then you have the parallelogram. It's just the base times the height. And then for the circle, it's pi r squared. Okay, so those are good. It's a good starting point. I will post some practice for you guys to work on. And I'm going to start science here in about 10:30. So thanks, you guys, and have a wonderful day. Bye. Bye.